Thank you. Good to see you all here. I'm glad you came. So today we are going to talk about improving the building energy efficiency using IoT, which is a big term. But before we start, I wanted to recognize the significance of this day, like on September 11, 2021, or on 2001, what happened. And I want to remember and honor those who lost their lives. So just wanted to have a moment of silence to remember those. Okay. So let's start with what we'll cover in the agenda today. So first we'll go with I'll provide you introduction of like what energy efficiency is. Okay, why we need energy efficiency. As Peter was mentioning, smart cities is a very big concept. I've worked in the smart factories. They call it Industry 4.0 automation. So bringing in different kinds of IoT sensors. So IoT is Internet of Things, and in industry they call it Industrial Internet of Things. So I've done smart manufacturing and also implemented projects for smart buildings. So we'll find out like why we need smart buildings. Okay, what it can do for the building owner, what it can do for the company. What are the different use cases there? Then I'll go into the case study, the project that we did, and how the ROI justified the cost of implementation of the IoT. Then some feature trends, then I'll talk about QuantiEdge, and then I'll take question. Okay, what is QuantiEdge? We'll talk about it. So a little bit about me. Born and raised in India, moved to United States in 2008. Have worked in like various industries, from like fintech to e-commerce. But in last few years, I was director of product for Sunrun, which is a big solar company down the road. And also I have worked for Overstock.com, e-commerce company. So I have seen a lot. I have worked for about 2 decades before I started QuantiEdge. So recently I moved to work on my own. I'm the founder of QuantiEdge. What we are doing is we are taking on all the IoT and IoT data and running them through the AI models to provide the insights, which up to 2 years ago took like about a 6 months project to do what we can do now in like say 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So that's what I do. I went to BYU, got my MBA from BYU in 2016. Ask me about IoT system. My experience in US, I had like some funny experiences in US when I moved from India, like different culture, loved it here. And I'm big on running. Like I call myself a horse. I can keep running. And I've done a few marathons. Yeah, I mean that's my go-to like exercise. Yeah. When others will just stop, I'll just keep running. Okay, let's move on. So yeah, Ginger is here from like BYU, we met at BYU. So what's the problem we are going to talk about? High energy cost in low occupancy building. So tell me who here works in a smart building? Like anyone works in a smart building, they call building. I mean, in some way or other, most of the buildings are smart. I mean, there are occupancy sensors, right? Like they turn off the lights, and when you come in, it's dark. You move in, it detects the occupant, and lights turn on. So that's like one component of the smart building. So yes, most of us have a smart building. I mean, you have a smart home, thermostats. Like think about the thermostats in your home. It detects your location, if you have enabled it, and you are out of the home, it's able to bring down the temperature. Okay, it's able to learn from like your usage experience. So we all know what smart buildings are, what like smart technologies are. So let's go before pandemic. In pandemic, in 2018, like occupancy level is, there was like offices had big occupancy level, like 90%. Okay, and they were consuming some energy. Then the occupancy level started, pandemic hit, and the occupancy level came to like just 20% of what it used to be. But then the significant drop in energy level did not happen. Buildings like offices, commercial buildings are still consuming the same amount of energy. If there were no occupants in those buildings, if I wouldn't say no occupants, but like if there are 20% of what it used to be, the energy level should have gone down, but it didn't happen. Why? Because networks are still running. Okay, lights were still on. Okay, you have to keep it on whether there is one person or 100. So, and then the usage level started occupancy level started coming up, and so does the energy. Energy stayed the same, but it has now started. Energy is getting costly, so buildings are paying more and more in energy cost.